Now, tree diagrams are in the grade 9 syllabus. They're in grade 11. They're not in grade 10. But if you stuck to the ATPs during COVID, your learners have not done tree diagrams. And I would suggest that you spend time with them doing simple, basic tree diagrams. So questions like, a fair coin is tossed twice. Use a tree diagram to determine the probability of getting exactly one head and one tail. Okay, so here's my tree diagram. Head, tail on my first toss. Probability of a half, probability of a half. My second toss, head, tail, half a half again. Head, tail, a half again. Determine the probability of getting exactly one head and one tail. It says nothing about the order. So it could be head followed by tail or tail followed by head. And on a tree diagram, we multiply on the branches. So multiply a half times a half for head tail. Multiply a half times a half for tail head. So I get a quarter from each of those. And then we add the two branches together. So a quarter plus a quarter is a half. Now, if we do this with our grade 10s, then when we get onto the complicated tree diagrams, and believe you me, I think the worst probability questions that are asked in matric papers involve tree diagrams. So if we can get a simple tree diagram into our grade 10s, I think we're doing them a favor. So you multiply on the branches, and then you add the separate branches that you have. Okay, question number 12. A bag contains 6 blue marbles, 5 green marbles, 4 red marbles. 1 marble is drawn from a bag, the color is noted, and then it is returned to the bag. A second marble is then drawn. I would do this with grade 10. Determine the probability that both marbles are red, the first marble is blue, and the second marble is green. And 12.3, a blue and a green marble are drawn. No order. Okay, so let's draw a tree diagram. Now, tree diagrams can be tedious to draw. If we ask the learners to draw a tree diagram, we normally give them sort of 3 marks or so, because it actually takes quite a while to draw. It's really easy marks for the learners to get. So they are nice level 1 or level 2 questions. Having drawn it is not a waste of time, because all your questions after it just come straight from the tree diagram. So once you've got a tree diagram, then your questions just follow very easily. So while it does seem tedious to draw, I think it's actually really useful. So you've got 15 marbles in total, 6 are blue. So the probability of getting a blue marble is 6 over 15. Now, 6 over 15 is the same as 2 over 5. I don't simplify in tree diagrams, ever. And I'll show you why just now. I don't simplify. 5 green marbles, so 5 out of 15. 4 red marbles, 4 out of 15. If I add these together, what do I get? 6 plus 5 plus 4 is 15 over 15, 1. Perfect. This must add up to 1. If I'd made that 2 out of 5 and 1 over 3 and 4 over 15, 2 over 5 plus 1 over 3 plus 4 over 15, I have no clue whether that adds up to 1 or not. So leave them over 15, because very quickly you can see, particularly when we get onto the next example, you can see that they are adding correctly. The marble is returned to the bag. So when I take the second one out, how many are in the bag? There's still 15. So still 6 over 15 blue, 5 over 15 green, 4 over 15 red. Yes, it's tedious, because then I've got to write them out a second time, a third time, and I'm writing these over and over again. But now both marbles are red. So that is red, red. So it's 4 over 15, 4 over 15. Along the branch, I times, and I get my answer. The first marble is blue. The second is green. So that means I'm doing blue, green. So it's 6 over 15, 5 over 15. Along the branch, I multiply. and I get my answer. A blue and a green. So it's blue, green. I could also have green, blue. So it's 6 over 15 times 5 over 15 plus 5 over 15 times 6 over 15. And I get my answer. And I would definitely do that with grade 10s because here's grade 11. Same scenario, 6 blue, 5 green, 4 red. One marble is drawn from the bag, and then a second marble is drawn without the first one being replaced. Same questions, but my answers are going to be very different. So now my tree diagram changes completely, and these branches no longer look the same as the first one or each other. Because if I pull out a blue marble from the bag and I hold it in my hand, I've now only got 5 blues left, and I only have 14 in the bag. I've still got 5 greens in the bag, but I only have 14. I still have 4 reds in the bag. I only have 14. Check. What do these add up to? I know 4 over 14 is 2 over 7, but I don't write it like that because 5 plus 5 plus 4 is 14 over 14, which is 1. And the same thing here. Notice that blue is not 5 over 14 where I drew a blue first. It's still 6 over 14 because I've still got 6 blue because my first one was a green. But now my green one has gone down by 1 because I took one out here. So I've only got 4 greens left. And so you get this tree diagram. And then your answers, exactly the same process as the previous question. However, the numbers are completely different. So this I would do in grade 11. But if you haven't done the question before in grade 10, I think the grade 11 syllabus is really, really tight to get done in 3 weeks. And notice the order is specified in the 13.2. The order is not specified in 13.3, which means 13.3 I can have blue, green or green, blue. Okay, question 14. A group of people participated in a trial to test a new headache pill. 50% of the participants received the headache pill. 50% of the participants received a sugar pill. 2/5 of the group receiving the headache pill were cured. 3/10 of the group receiving the sugar pill were cured. Determine the probability that a person chosen at random from the group will not be cured. Now, this is a tree diagram where something different is happening. If they were given the headache pill, this is the probability you use. If they were given the sugar pill, this is the probability you use. So it depends very much what happens in the first thing as to what happens in the second. So if we look at that one, 50% of the participants received a headache pill, 50% a sugar pill. So it's 50%, which is a half, 50% a half. There's the headache, there's the sugar pill. If they'd had a headache pill, 2/5 were not cured. So I've got cured and not cured. 2/5 were not cured. If they got the sugar pill, 3/10 were cured. So the sugar pill, cured, not cured. 3/10 were cured. So this one belongs to the first branch. This one belongs to the second branch. This one is not cured. This one is cured. Yeah. So I think one does need to do tree diagrams in grade 10. So when you get the complicated ones, it's not a case of now they're grappling with a tree diagram at the same time as having something that's quite complicated. Remember, branches add up to 1. So while they told you that was 2/5, they didn't tell you anything about the cured, but they must add up to 1. So that must be 3/5. Here, these two must add up to 1. So they gave you the 3/10. You can work out the 7/10. So I've done 2 tree diagrams to show you this is what the words gave you. These you need to work out. Determine the probability that a person chosen at random from the group will not be cured. There's not cured. There's not cured. So I need to take headache pill, not cured, and multiply along the branch. Sugar pill, not cured, multiply along the branch, and add those two products together. So there's question 14.
If you found this video useful, give it a like and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any new episodes. Follow us on Instagram or Facebook to stay on top of the latest TAS news and launches. So that's it for now from the Answer Series, your key to exam success.